Previously on Balls.
The brains and the mind behind a TV show that is going to be starting very, very soon on South African TV. It's called Clifton Shores. Is it, Quentin, are you there?
Yeah.
Are you well, buddy?
Good, and you, man?
Very, very well. Thanks for joining us on Balls Visual Radio this afternoon.
Good to be.
All right. Tell us, what is Clifton Shores?
Clifton Shores. Well, if you like hot girls and you like good-looking scenes, that's what you're going to be watching.
All right. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm in.
It's just it's basically about 4 young American girls, fish out of water story, traveling over to South Africa to work in my events division down in Cape Town, and joining another 3 very good-looking South African girls in a house. And it's drama all the way. Really, it's a fantastic show if you like visuals.
What about good-looking guys?
There's the good-looking guys. There's a lot of good-looking guys.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right, because I mean it is Women's Month, and I've got Daisy and Kate over here, Quentin. So we better not let them down, eh?
Yeah, we got Brett Rooks, which is our
Brett Rooks.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Times.
Okay.
Is it similar to Jersey Shore?
No, I would not like to be in the same category as them. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Well, let's put
it's
that.
really a little bit more up class than that.
That is good news.
Class here. It's got a lot of. There's a lot of messages in it for young people between the ages of 13 and 30. It's really viewed by, I'd say, more of a women demographic than male. But I think men will tune in just to watch the girls. So. Yeah.
Okay. And Quentin, I wanted to know, how did you come up with this idea?
Just like I do everything else, it just comes to me. I have no idea how to explain that question. It's been asked 100 times. It just comes, and it just basically gets formulated, and I go in the deep end and just do it. So.
Okay, which is very enterprising. I mean, and you just think about this thing, and then how did you go about sort of casting the people, especially from the stateside?
Yeah, very interesting. I was back and forth. I spent a lot of time in LA, so we basically casted for about a year and a half for the right characters, right personalities.
Yeah.
And we were looking for real people, not people fake, typical LA scene or Vegas. And it took a long time to get the right characters to mismatch each other so we could have the drama that we were looking for. And obviously matching that up to the South African characters and make them work together in a house is what you're looking for as the drama element. And also we had to make sure that we would put on a show that would be on international standard and sold in the American markets, and which we have done that. So
that's brilliant news.
So yeah.
That's brilliant. Now, is the show scripted? How much is ad lib? How much is improvised?
Very interesting that most of these shows these days that people are seeing are soft scripted.
Yes.
And what I try to do with this is not do that at all. No soft script, no script at all. We had to push the envelope. We had a great production team. The same guy who directed The Hills and Laguna Beach from MTV was my director and consultant.
Wow.
And he came on board with the MTV punters from producers and South African producers, and we filmed it like a film set. We set the stage for the girls, and we set the stage for specific scenes, and we try to manipulate as much as possible for them to believe specific things. But we made sure that the drama that came out was very real. There were times we would say, look guys, you had a fight last night and you almost ripped each other's heads off and we didn't get it on camera. Can you try and tell us what happened?
All right.
And, but you must do this in environments at Caprice or somewhere on the beachfront, and we'll try and set as many visual stages as possible to keep the viewer entertained. So it wasn't just filmed in 2-3 locations. We filmed the whole of South Africa, and pretty much a love letter to Cape Town because it was shot beautifully.
I must say, I'm looking forward to seeing especially the scenery and of course the content. No, the girls. The girls.
The girls. The girls. Like part of the casting of getting the right characters was getting 7 of the most beautiful girls in the world to come on screen.
Yes.
And they really are natural, good-looking girls. There's no fake about them. Obviously, a little bit of the drama. It's with girls. You're going to get that. But
Did you find that with the South African girls, they were as dramatic as what you had hoped for?
Look, South African girls, unfortunately, I would say we're a little bit more homegrown, a little bit more reserved in our culture.
That's why I'm asking,
And the Americans it's a natural thing for them to complain and for them to have drama in their life. So naturally you get a lot more out of them, and there's a lot more friction, and there's a lot more problems. And if their tea is not served right, or if their not right meal comes across, they're going to voice their opinion. Whereas South Africans, we would take it with grace, and we would sort of be very accompanying and make sure that everyone's, there's a hospitable sort of way about us.
Yes,
with
true.
Americans, it's all about them. It's all about my life and what I can get out of it. So, those diverse characters worked because you have those 2 different cultures in a house, and you could imagine what went down when it comes to just their pet peeves.
Listen, I must say, I'm actually really looking forward to it. How long did it take to shoot this first series?
Well, a very long time, because I try to get it to be competing with the MTV shows.
Okay.
We cast it for just over a year and a bit. We shot for just over 3.5 months, and my edit process took just under a year.
Wow.
And the reason why I did that was my music drive in it was very, very crucial. I made sure I had to try and get as many South African bands exposed in this. From Parlotones is a big feature in it, to McCree, to Ice Project, Rescue. I mean, there's a whole bunch of South African acts that we incorporated with international R&B, you name it. There's a mixture of music that everyone will appreciate. And with these type of shows, 50% of it's driven by music.
Yeah.
So we had to get it right the first time. And because we were trying to compete with these guys in America, we tried to give them something that they could be wowed by. And we've been complimented by all the majors in America because of the show. So we're very proud of what we've done.
Listen, it sounds like you've got a winning formula. I want to ask Quinton, I mean, as you say, it's taken a long time in terms of shooting, editing, putting it all together, finding the right music. In terms of a budget, I mean, is this self-funded? Have you managed to get people on board that have helped you out?
All my projects are self-funded.
Wow.
We did Sharpshooter first, and this is Clifton Shores was my second project.
Jeez.
And I've gone a deep end with another 4 productions just after this. But just cost just under $3 million. And the reason why it costs so much is because of the American elements.
Sure.
And, shooting it in the best equipment and the best crews that were available at the time. So.
Wow. When does it start airing?
It starts next Tuesday, the 21st, on
Okay.
Vuzu at 9 o'clock.
At Vuzu, on Vuzu.
On Vuzu, yeah. We're having a massive launch this Saturday at Mavida.
Oh, lovely.
And we've
Nice.
got a lot of local celebs coming down and everything. And if you guys would like to come, I'm more than welcome to have you.
Yes, no. I did. Unfortunately, I'm going to be at a Lumo foam party in Grahamstown.
You're missing out then.
Quinton, listen, it's terrific to chat to you. Congratulations on
Thank you
this
very
on
much.
this venture, and we really hope it achieves the success that you're looking for, and hopefully goes into more and more seasons as well.
Thank you. We really appreciate the support, and we'll be hearing from you soon. Thank you.
Fantastic. There we
Okay.
go. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
What a great, interesting young man. Quinton from Clifton Shores. His brainchild, his production, his money. Isn't that great? And my friend Ricky Brest is in it. How cool is that?
Very cool.
We the best on 3. 1, 2, 3. We the best.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on balls.co.za. Balls.co.za.